Hello, everybody. 26th of June. Welcome to 360. Let me head off right at the pass here so everybody knows Mr. Mufareh does have the link. He always gets the link every week. As you know from when he was with us last week or week before, he mentioned he's working on many things. So if he can be here, I'm sure he will. But remember, once again, I want to say, he can do an update anytime. It doesn't have to be 360, really. So don't think it's always 360. Anyway, a couple things I'm going to bring up, and I'll turn it over to Red. We've been doing, myself and Chris, shining the light on others, and I see other people are doing it too. That is so cool, because I believe a lot of you out there, the 4,000 watching this right now, and others who will watch, everybody knows who Red is. Everybody knows who I am and Chris and, 50, 60 other people. But everywhere I go, I know there's people out there that have something to offer. And I think it's time, before we enter this next chapter, to get yourself out there. Feel comfortable. Everybody we did meet with, they were nervous when they first came on, but we get to chat before we start the recording. Everybody calms down, and it was beautiful. It's working out really well. I get to find out about people where I've only seen their name for 4 years, 5 years. So it's a good thing to do. And remember, ONPASSIVE is massive. You can, I don't care what you do or what your passion might be, you can turn that into something in an ONPASSIVE, really. Don't just look at the title of a product and say, well, I'm not going to use that. I think you might find out that you will use it. You will use it. Like, staff. What am I going to do that for? I don't have a staff. But you could use old staff if you had a team or something, right? I mean, you could use it for whatever. So, and I know Connect, you can intertwine with, most people will intertwine with everything they have. Also, started going over the products one step at a time to try to break down my best ability and Chris of what they are and what they can do for you. Because I know people, there's different ways to look at ONPASSIVE. Remember, ONPASSIVE to a customer, this is a place where we have the tools they need all under one umbrella. And the same goes for people that are in ONPASSIVE. Some people have products and stuff that they absolutely love. And they've never had a way to share it. This is that way. When Create comes out, you can make a page, customize it to you. Remember, this is about you, and go for it. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Anyway, I'm not going to talk a lot because I talk all day long. Once again, thanks for all your support. I'm going to turn over to Mr. Redford.
Thank you very much, Marty. Woo! Yay! Chris Johnson. Anyway, before I get into the recap, which we always do, anyway, bring you up to date what's been going on over the last 7 days, I just want to give a massive shout out and thank you to Comfort for her show last night that I did with Dr. O. And I'm not even going to pronounce or try to pronounce his surname. Stephen, he is a man of church, of God, and he is a pastor all over Africa and doing some amazing things over there. And you know the expression, every day's a learning day. Well, wow, did I learn a few things from this man yesterday. Chris was on there as well in the chat, listening in, and what a fantastic speaker. And this just goes to show, doesn't it, which what Marty was saying, with shining a light on other people. These people are there within ONPASSIVE. We just don't know them. And he spoke so well, so from the heart, with his experiences of what he is doing. And it really was, for me, the interesting part was what he's looking at ONPASSIVE for it to do, for what he wants to do. and he knows that he needs money to be able to do the things that he wants to do in Africa, obviously from a church point of view and helping and all the rest of it. One of the most poignant things that he said was, money amplifies what is in your heart. And what a true statement that is that whatever you have in here as far as your desire is, then money is only going to amplify that. Now, it could be good, it could be bad, couldn't it? You know, if your desire is to have a big flash car and a big flash house and all this exuberance, then that is probably where your money will go there. But if you have within your heart, you want to do and make a difference with the money that you have, obviously sort yourselves out and your family first, then obviously that is going to be amplified within that. And it was a really good discussion, and I just wanted to thank them for inviting me on last night. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's also going to bring out another bit of a topic which I'll talk about later in the week. So anyway, let's get back to 7 days in review of ONPASSIVE over the last 7 days. Take you back now to the 19th of June, which was last Wednesday. What happened to that? We had 360, and we obviously we talked about lots and bits and pieces, and we also had a new pop-up. Now, the pop-up we had was a very significant pop-up, wasn't it? It was what we'd all been waiting for. It was notification that our new payment processors were live. It gave quite an outline of what to expect as far as this was concerned, even to the point of examples of what to look out for, etc. And this was obviously really good news for all of us. And there was an awful lot of posts done on that as well throughout that Wednesday. I'm going to circle back round in a moment later on in the week to some other bits. But let's move forward. On Thursday, the 20th, then, we had our brand new website. Now, we've been waiting actually almost 2 weeks for this new website. For whatever reason, we didn't get one for a 15 day period, but we have one now, brand new website. And again, I keep saying the same things. I've noticed with this website, there's a lot more hyperlinks within the text. Normally, you have the read more area, don't you? Which I've always said, please go and click on where it says read more. But I'm also advising now that where there's hyperlinks within the text area, click on those as well, because it brings up a new page to do with that hyperlink. Why am I advising you and sort of pointing you in this direction? Because the more knowledge that you have about ONPASSIVE and the more knowledge you have about your business, then it is going to pay back you tenfold in the future when you are talking about your very own business. The more knowledge that you have of your business, the better positioned you will be to tackle any questions that are thrown at you. But it also gives you, I suppose, a position of superiority to somebody else, because you know a load more than other people do about your business. You can talk with ease and confidence about what this company is all about. And that's really why I am prompting you to go and read and go and study all as much as you can at the moment whilst you have time, because I can assure you, when things start firing, you are not going to know which way to turn, because things will be coming thick and fast, that's for sure. Also, Thursday, we got a 10-day extension to OConnect. This brings us up to the 1st of July, in fact. That is the next day we'll be looking at for any extensions. Now, I am going to say one thing about extensions, and people say, well, why are we getting 10 days? Why don't we get longer? Why don't we get shorter? Well, bottom line is that our CEO, in conjunction with talking to other people within corporate ONPASSIVE, they feel that things might start happening within that 10-day period. Plain and simple. They don't expect it to go past that time, but for one reason or another, or things hasn't happened as they wish, then they have to put another 10-day extension in place. And this is why at the moment we're having these 10-day slots. So that takes us up to the 1st of July. Also, what happened on Friday, the 21st? Some little bits happened that aren't really that important, but you guys might have noticed them, and so I'm going to bring them up. We hadn't had a refresh on OTracker for 4 or 5 days up to the Friday. And then all of a sudden, OTracker disappeared out of the menu bar on the left-hand side. Now, the reason I'm bringing this to your attention is because this is probably going to be the norm as far as you looking at your very own menu bars. What do I mean by this? Anything that you have purchased and you own, plus the free products, will be in your left-hand menu bar. So it's going to be very specific to you when you log into your own accounts. It doesn't mean that every single person will have the same menu bar, because not everybody will buy every single product. Not everybody will want to do that. So everyone's menu bar is going to be different looking, okay? But one thing's for sure is they took it out, okay, of the OES menu bar down the left-hand side, but they also did add in link number 73 and 74 into the My Link section of your OES. This has now brought us right up to date with all of the web pages that we've had in the past. And the only one, obviously, that is not there is the current one that is in onpassive.com. We also then had a new pop-up. Now, this brings me all the way back round to the first pop-up that we had on Wednesday. And the new pop-up came saying that they have had to take down the payment processors for now. The testing period for those had been done, and they'd gained a lot of information from that trial that they had over the last 3 or 4 days or 3 days from when we had it on Wednesday, and look out for more news coming. Now, people have asked me, well, what's this mean in layman's terms, Red? Well, why have they done this? Quite frankly, they have made a test on those 2 payment processors. Obviously, they weren't happy with how things were progressing, or maybe the fluidity, good word for a Wednesday, of the payment processors. And don't forget, their main aim, okay, throughout all of this is that when they allow the majority to then reactivate and pay again for OConnect once everything has been paid out, etc., there is going to be a very large influx of money into and through these payment processors. What they do not want to do is to have a repeat. And this is why I personally believe that we might see quite a few of these little tests going on. So make sure that everything is working 100%. So that is up there at the moment in your ecosystem. If you want to know what it says, just go to login. At the top middle of your ecosystem, there is a little ticker. Click on the down arrow and it will give you more information on that. Saturday, 22nd, not a lot happened. On Sunday, though, on Marty and Chris's live on Saturday, our CEO was in the live chat, giving some really very positive information about you as what you should believe in and all the rest of it. If you want to know what it was, it's very easy. Just go over to Marty or Chris's channel and click on that video from Sunday, and you will be able to see in the chat area what our CEO had to say. So that was pretty cool to see Ash around live in Marty's chat area. That was fantastic. Monday, then, we saw an extension of 21 days to OTracker. Very, very different from normal. Normally it's 10 days, but they have made it 21 days. Now, again, people have said to me, why 21? Well, we know that the first thing that we are going to use and to see is going to be OConnect. Okay. And then once everything is sorted with that, then the other pay products will be added. But what our CEO wants to do is to enable those that are using OTracker to continue to use it for as long as necessary before it then becomes a paid product. And also, as a side note, it is now just about 1 year that he has allowed us to use OTracker for free. So this is a paid product that OnPassive is going to have, and he has allowed us to use it if we wish to for nearly 1 year now. Absolutely amazing. What other company would do that? You know, they would want at least some kind of payment if they could for a user to use a product of that standard, that's for sure. So that was added on Monday, 21-day extension, and it also prompted for the icon of OTracker to be put back into your OES. Now, there is one little tweak as well. I don't know how many of you that might have noticed this, but when you are clicking on the icon for OConnect in your menu bar, have you noticed in the past that the OChat floating icon, you have to move it out the way so that you can click OConnect? Guess what they did when they revamped the menu bar on OES? They've dropped down now that OChat icon slightly so that you can now go straight to the menu bar. You can click on all of the icons without having to move that little floating OChat icon out the way. And yesterday, Tuesday, was a quiet day. Nothing went on there. And here we are on Wednesday. And I will update you all next week as far as the 1 week in review. That's it for me. Over to you, Chris.
Well, thank you, Red. Thank you, Marty. Good to see you guys all together here. I have a little bit to say. I don't want to stay long, but I want to talk to I get a lot of questions, as most of you know, and a lot of it is about artificial intelligence. And it's good questions, bad questions. They're questions. I mean, that's what they are. I'm going to tell you what the most talked about thing in the world right now is artificial intelligence. It's artificial intelligence. Excuse me. It's not gas. All right. It's not the price of oil. It's not the price of eggs in the grocery store. It's AI. There is humongous companies, small companies, little companies, all looking to invest into AI for their company. And I say this is what I see, what we have. We have everything to offer all of them. I think we've talked about this in the past, is no company is going to go out there and try to build something like scratch, like Ash Mufareh is doing, and try to start all over. They are going to join a company that's already set, already have everything in place, and I'm really excited about that. And then I get the fear mongers who are a little afraid of AI because they heard someone say something on the internet. Let me say this perfectly. This is not a replacement scenario, but an opportunity to increase human potential with the aid of AI. Absolutely love that. A lot of people think, oh, it's going to take my job. And I tell you to research that kind of stuff on your own. I don't want to get in here and tell you what I think. It's what I read. It's the true stats in many IT businesses, whether it's online or I find it somewhere, but I look for it. I myself want to know what people are looking for, but I'm telling you right now that every business knows, they know this, that if they don't induce AI into their company, they are going to fall way, way behind. And Ash Mufareh has talked about this for years, and he's developed this for years. Now, what does that mean for you and I? Well, that means time and freedom. That means things that you think you have to worry about, you shouldn't. And when it all comes, it's going to all fall in place. But AI is my best friend, along with these two guys right here. And it's an amazing thing. But I tell people to go study. There's all kind of different AIs. All right. Some that scare people, some that, yeah, that's pretty cool. AI is used in every single thing today, including sports enhancement. And remember, we put this into a machine, not we, but people that do. And then that machine calculates and understands exactly what. And now it's plugged into the worldwide net where it can gather any information in the world. That's why we call it a learning machine. But we put in that information. And a lot of you know where you'll search for something, a new couch. Next thing, you have all kind of things on couches and whatever it is. But that's the power of AI. It's a great power because our kids, our grandkids, will be a lot smarter because of AI. They're going to learn things that we never had the opportunity to learn. They can kick on their smartphone or their laptop or tablet or whatever they got and look something up. As a matter of fact, the schools today recommend go on to these sites, learn and study about it. And you got to think digital period is going to save a lot of things for the world as far as less trees being cut down because everything's going digital. There's always going to be paper, folks. You're always going to get that bill in the mail. I hate to tell you that, but you can imagine the savings on the Earth's location as far as cutting trees down and how many people are out there that are trying to save forest. Believe it or not, digital is going to save a lot of forest. Digital is going to save a lot of animals. Digital is going to save people. It's going to do amazing things. There isn't a hospital in this world right now that isn't putting some kind of AI into use for people that have illnesses because it's you put it in, it studies itself, it comes back in seconds with the greatest information that's going to help all of us succeed. So not only will the future be smarter, they're going to be healthier, and this is all because of AI. There's things that we've seen on the internet for the last 20 years. This guy says this or this guy says that. But now when you got AI induced of actual facts and statements from real doctors, that's what it is can consist of. So I tell all the businesses out there, come to a company that's already set up to help your business, to help your personal life, to help you make things if you want to, webs, browsers, getting in there and saying, wow, I can do this, I can do that, to advertise, to brand you. ONPASSIVE was made for every one of us, and we don't really have to do nothing. Now, the people that are on the internet every day, the YouTubers and all whatever the names are, they're waiting for these tools because it's going to enhance their channels, it's going to enhance their businesses, and it's just going to go crazy. So when I say AI is the most talked about thing in the world, it is, because every time I turn on the TV, I said this the other day, the radio, it's in the newspapers. I get a monthly newspaper from Warren Weekly, and there's something about AI in there. In the church I went to, Florida, they talked about AI, and I was like, yeah, this is my kind of church. But he used an example of he asked questions to AI about Bible stories, and man, the pastor at that place really, really loved it. And I was blown away. Here I'm sitting with 200 people thinking, boy, if they only knew about what I have right now. And that's really what it's going to be like. Everything in our lives, there's AI involved. We just don't see it sometimes, but ONPASSIVE Founders, I understand, is recognizing it, but why not come to a place that's set up for it to help everyone? And I am very, very excited to know that the products that we have, which we're talking about every day, and a lot of people, I'll say it again because we got more people on here. People say, Chris, where are you seeing these products? I asked my son, he actually showed me, Red showed me, if you go into your OES and you go to the left top on a laptop, there's a blue square, click it. And all of a sudden you'll have all the products come at the top of your screen. And then what is it? It has definitions and what it's about. It's a really cool thing. This is something that I was looking for the other day. I'm like, my son, hey, where's it? Dad, come on. And he showed me in a couple seconds. I called Red yesterday. Red, where? and we found it. But a lot of people ask that question. Learn about things. I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm just saying learn a little bit more about what we have to offer, because in the future, if someone has a question for you, a business might be looking for one or all. So if they're looking for that one, you'll be able to lay it down, explain it to them. It's not hard to do. Or you can send them one of those magical links, and ONPASSIVE works so damn hard for all of us to get in there. So AI is here. It's not going anywhere. Each day it's going to improve, and it's going to be an amazing, amazing company. The journey for me has been amazing, and I want to let you all know that trust in what Ash has to say. Trust in what this company is going to do, and that's what keeps me here. My wallet is still full. Let's put it that way. He's not saying, Chris, you got to send another $1,000. Hey, we're going to go live on an island All the stuff the naysayers say about us, I don't believe. And I tell people, if you're on one of their channels, just unsubscribe. Come subscribe to people that are telling you the truth and what this company is all about. That's all I got, Red and Marty. Back to you, Marty. Or Red, go ahead.
Now, actually, Chris, I was going to pick up on you talking about AI and, how it's in all the news and all the rest of it. Well, guess what, right? We have got our very own news channel within OnPassive called oimedia.news. Now, I've been saying on my lives for so long now, for me, it is one of my daily places that I go to. Why do I love it so much? I like it because it is all about the industry, what is happening about AI throughout the globe. It's not about OnPassive. It's about the industry, how it's progressing, which companies are doing what, the movers, the shakers, how AI is being used. And Chris gave a very good example of within the medical industry, and that is so true. In fact, when we were away at the wedding, we had two midwives with us actually, and they were taught, they've just retired now, both of them, but they were talking actually about how they use artificial intelligence within midwifery to do all the scans, and how far advanced it is now, because the digital scanner that they use on the stomach now brings out all these 3D images and all the rest of it. So I do recommend that you go to oimedia.news on a daily basis. It'll bring you right up to date with what is happening within the industry as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. And here is the really cool thing. Everything that is written on oimedia.news is done by AI. How cool is that? Now, when you read it, there is no way that you would know a computer has written it. Why? Because it's written how we are kind of talking. It's written in what I call proper language. It flows, it joins up and all the rest of it. It's not bitty, I suppose. And I absolutely love it, because not only is it a news channel that is talking about artificial intelligence and about companies and where they're positioning, what they're doing and all the rest of it, but it's actually writing itself. How cool is that? Back to you, Marty.
As soon as I can figure out how to unmute my mic. Can you guys see me? I had a blip there. Okay. Yeah, AI is awesome. I hear the same thing these guys are hearing. People are scared of it. Because you don't know. You're just not sure. But if you look back in history, anything big that came that changed the world, like cars and steel for the first time, whatever came out, it made people nervous. People rode around on horses and buggies, and they heard this loud thing making smoke and noise and putting ruts in the road. They thought, oh my God, this is the end of the world. Well, could it cause damage? Yeah. But did it create new jobs? Millions, not just the car industry that makes the cars, but the parts. And then some of the shops where you can soup up your car or your van or your truck. I couldn't even imagine how many jobs it produced. I believe AI will be the same. Think about AI. AI is going to come out. One thing AI can do is it can take billions of bits of data, obtain it, and deliver it in a millisecond. Nobody on the planet can do that. So that saves time. Everything is data. Money's data until you get greenbacks in your wallet or your purse. It's data, just numbers moving around, keeping track and all that. And then you add blockchain and all that. I don't want to get too technical, but all of that stuff is moving to the future of security and quickness. Will some jobs be taken? Absolutely. Like sifting through trash to find out what's plastic, what's wood, and what's steel. Okay, there's other things people could be doing that would be better. Now, here's the other thing. I believe, especially with Academy coming, the young kids, like my grandchildren live with me, I talk to them now. I saw big mistakes in my children is they wanted to go to college, and they wanted to go to college. Like it wasn't, and they would pick a career. And I can't tell you how many friends and family that I know personally that took up something in college and they never did it in their business. When they left, they never did it. So they pay almost like a mortgage for 20 years to go to schooling for something they're not doing. I would think very highly if I had children, school year age children, like a lot of you do out in the world, and start having them focus on where we're going, not where we've been. Some of those jobs won't be there, but they figure that AI could produce up to 25 million new jobs. Why? It's a new industry. New things are going to come up. There'll be businesses that come up with AI that we don't even know what it is yet. How can you say that? Did you know there would be a brake pad company for cars? No. When it came out, they realized, okay, we need parts for this, we need bolts, we need wheels, we need tires. So all of that added up is where you see jobs being created because of AI. But the mundane, that's what it's here for, to get rid of that. Chris, take over for me while I.
Yeah, I know your dogs. I want to add to this because this is fun now for me. And hang on, folks, just stay tuned. Because I came from the auto work industry, I witnessed for years some of the worst jobs. When people say, "Oh, you auto workers got it made," no, they don't. There was jobs in there that literally crippled people. They did them all day long. I watched their wrists deteriorate. I watched their backs deteriorate. And what AI also is doing right now, it's creating, what Marty said, jobs or taking jobs away. That's not really true always. It's creating safer jobs. It's saying, oh, yeah, a human body can't do this for 12 hours a day, which we did for 12 hours a day. And a lot of us now feel it in our age. I'm 58. I do feel it. I did jobs back then when companies were downsizing. You literally had 3 jobs and it was down to one guy to do it. I did that for years. And they calculate it all out. But the problem is, one thing that businesses or in shops, they don't look at the percentages of your individuals that are getting hurt on that job. The unions came in, tried to fight for all that, but they never changed it. And this is the truth, my belief. When AI kicks in, it's going to show them some amazing stats of companies that these 2 or 3 jobs actually put these people on medical, which the company has to pay. And it doesn't really do you any good to hurt someone, all right, and send them home with no money. Guess what? The company is just paying somebody to sit at home to heal something that they broke. AI definitely, I'm beating my table, AI definitely is in the process right now to create jobs, but also to make them safer. Not all of us are rocket scientists or engineers. I know I'm not. I was an auto worker. I was the guy on the floor that did everything that I could, and no matter if it hurt or not, and I got scars to prove it. My stupidity. But I knew I needed to do what I needed to do. But with AI coming into place, these companies are going to be able to analyze, wow, that really is going to jack that guy up. The whole idea for me in an auto planning is to tell people, you're going to do this job for a long time. And after you do a job like a roofer, you do a roofing job for 30 years, you are going to be physically messed up. Your back, your knees, you're going to come off and need 2 replacements. There's a couple $100,000 right now. Ivy Mix just had a knee replacement. Ask her, and she's doing great, by the way. But if you look at the aspects, companies don't say, wonder what this guy's going to look like in 30 years. I could tell you horror stories of some of my friends who can't even walk right now because of the jobs they did. And that was horrific. Do companies care? They will when they start seeing stats that it's cheaper to make a better, safer job than to pay someone on medical all the time. Why not create jobs through AI that's going to say, hey, this guy, it's going to show this guy's going to be able to do this job forever. It's not going to hurt him. And then you're going to have the medical field come in and say, okay, this guy with the bad back, this is what caused it. Here, listen, I still believe in my heart that artificial intelligence is, with the help of human beings and doctors, is going to create what do I say, cures for just about every disease. Why? Because AI is connected to the world. It's going to connect to the greatest doctors in the world. It's going to connect to the greatest scientists in the world. And what happens when you start putting all these people together? Many more ideas are going to come out. And that's the great thing about plugging in to the internet. I love the internet because if I had the internet back when I was in school, I don't think I'm stupid, but I would be a lot more smarter. I love searching the internet, looking at different things. I do study AI every day of what's happening, and then I keep bringing it right back. I'm in a company that has everything I'm looking at right now. I don't want to say their names, but I'm in a company that's going to fix things. I'm in a company that's going to drive businesses over the top. I'm in a company that's going to create individuals with knowledge and power right from their kitchen table. Artificial intelligence is simply the most amazing thing out right now. And you'll watch as the future goes on and companies grow. It's going to be because of artificial intelligence. And yeah, come here to ONPASSIVE because we have just about everything everyone needs. Red or Marty, back to you.
Yeah, before I just mention a bit more about AI, I'd just like to wish my wife a happy anniversary for tomorrow. 32 years. There
she deserves an award. She deserves an award.
I'll tell you, less for murder, mate. Happy anniversary to Jane for tomorrow. There's one word actually why companies are flocking towards AI, and that is profitability. Right? They understand that using AI within the workplace makes them a much more profitable company, much more efficient. Humans make mistakes, mate. You know, computers don't. The input of the information is vital. Obviously, that has to be right. But once they get going, they do not make a mistake. Now, I'm going to give you an example now of AI in the workplace. And I've seen this growing over the last 10 years in my friend's company. They are makers of wooden sheds, panels, gazebos, all these sort of things. So as Chris was saying, very, very labor intensive. Now, the biggest problem they have always had, and this company's been around for almost a century now, but the biggest problem they've always had is the workforce. And because it is such a physical job, making 6x6 fence panels, you had to go on a jig, it's bending over, nail guns, very noisy, and everybody is working on what they call here in the UK piecework. So how many you can put out determines how much money that you can get. And retention of staff within that work environment, whether it's from milling the timber all the way down to actually the end product, is very, very labor intensive, and not many people stick it out. Why? Because it's damn hard work. You know, it really, really is hard work. I've seen the progression over the last 10 years with my friend's company to now how much robotics and AI is used within the milling and also within making of the end products. Now, you're probably thinking and saying, well, what happened to the workforce? Well, number one is retention was always a big problem. But guess what now? They have the retention within the workplace because the people who were physically nail gunning sheds together and making panels and all the rest of it, guess what they're doing now? They are overseeing the machines that are doing it. They're making sure that there's any breakdowns or any malfunctions, they get fixed. So these guys have all been retrained to do the overseeing of what robotics and AI is now doing within that work environment. And it means that now they are not worried about the retention of staff. They had to use outside agencies all the time. It means their profitability is so much better. It means they're more efficient now with milling the timber, more efficient when making the panels and all the rest of it, that it really has been a huge step in the right direction from that. And now here is the other more interesting point than all of it is, before all of their sales went through DIY places. So you have them in the DIY shops in the States. We have them here. Many many different companies. They used to supply to them. The DIY stores put in the orders for this amount. Since they've been online, now 65% of all their business is done, guess what? Online through a portal where you can go in, design your own back garden, you can buy everything, and it gets shipped directly to your front door. That is AI at its best. And this is why it is going to be such an important factor. And this is why ONPASSIVE really is going to be a trailblazer as far as companies coming to us, because we've got the solutions that they will want and need to use. Back to you, Marty, and over to Azir.
All right. I only got a couple more things. I'll give it back and introduce Mr. Mufareh here. You know, I was talking about businesses for the future. People always worry about what they're going to lose. But businesses out there like artificial intelligence, AI engineer, their average salary income, $113,000. This is old data, by the way. Machine learning engineer, $123,000 a year. Data engineer, $104,000. Robotic engineer, $99,000. Software engineer, $119,000. Data scientist, $127,000. Now these are old statistics, but like I was chatting with my grandchildren who are getting ready to go into these type of things. I told them, I said, they love computers. They're messing with them anyway. They know more about them than we do. These are the things you want to look at, because this and other things we don't see yet, because AI will produce businesses or jobs. We don't even know what they are yet. These are ones that are out there now. They're going to expand. And to know that would really help with kids, because like I said, how many people go to school, they get a degree, and they never use what they went to school for? It's kind of a waste. And then you wind up paying a mortgage payment to a school for an education that you didn't even use. Anyway, Chris, back to you, bud.
Well, I agree with everything you all say. I'm glad I even talked about AI today. But I have to say this. There's a gentleman that just came on here. Not sure where he got the link from, but I've been waiting to see him for a while. I know that he's doing good. I know that his ear is almost completely healed, excuse me. And hopefully he turns his camera on. But I'd like to introduce a guy that goes to bat for all of us on a daily basis. Mr. Mufareh, your camera says it's on, but I don't see you. But your mic is muted. So if you want to come on, or I'll start tap. There he is. Hello, Brother Ash. Welcome. Your headset's not on. Headset?
I'm sure he can figure that out, Chris.
No, you never do. Oh.
I hope you can hear me fine.
Perfect.
Hello, three brothers. Hope you're doing great. And hello, everyone. I appreciate the formal invitation that didn't display that good in my email. A few things here I want to say. First of all, thank you so much. I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks, and today is I mark week 3 since my surgery, and I just want to thank all of your thoughts, prayers, concern, and I want to update you about something. I downplayed it for a couple of reasons, because I wanted to make sure that it doesn't give the impression this is going to be a while, all of that. I was hoping it will be a little bit sooner, but still I'm supposed to be recovering for a minimum of 6 weeks for total recovery. And the other day, after I finish my antibiotic, what happens is my immunity system became more vulnerable, and I get this nasty flu. I don't know what it is from, but I'm much better today. I can at least talk. I drugged myself so I can sound good for at least a few minutes here. And work continues as usual. So this is one thing, and I think with the grace of God, the worst in this surgery is behind us. And in no way this means Ash is not available, we're not working. Probably one day I had to completely be offline, but the rest I was doing the best I could to my ability alongside with the different teams. Everything is moving in the right direction. This is what I want to say. Last couple of sessions I said there are things, didn't go the way I wanted them to go, so I decided to take things in my hands. What this means is we have a clear confession that we got off track a little bit and side distracted by different projects that took our momentum from the main deal. So a while ago, not today, we decided we're just going to go back to the basics, stabilize it, then we will venture other avenues. And this has been going on. We have been working. And one more thing I want to add today that, first of all, let me refresh your memory. If you're here or listening to the live recording, this would be on, I believe, the new channel for Mr. DeGarmo here. Okay. And we want to make sure that I might put the recording in the back office. We will just have to edit everything that Chris said. And I just needed to enlighten the theme here. And by the way, you look better after you are sober now. Like, did you know that? He quit barbecue sauce. Just for everybody to know, you're much healthier. Your brain is functioning perfectly. I don't know. It's not New Jersey level, but remember, so I'm very proud to tell you that we are the type of people we're committed to our pledge. We're committed to our responsibility, and at any cost. When we said do it or die, I'll explain that to you now. A while ago, we said we're going to set up the finest company in AI and IT ever existed. Therefore, it will make the most incredible positive impact globally to the entire humanity without any discrimination in different fields. And though the current and recent business behavior was not in line of that ambition. Just talking to you from the heart. Okay. And for that reason, obviously that triggered, there has to be something is not going the right way. Wait a minute. It's like we had the best heart to make, positive impact, and we gave it all, like sacrifice. I don't even go through the list now, but we went all in to make that significant impact. Yet, we were getting some opposite reaction. Okay, it's a mix of, evaluations, if you wish. However, if the truth comes out and we know exactly the intention and the work, the effort, the sacrifice, the money, everything that is put into this, everybody would be not just happy, will also be so proud to be a part of this journey. However, it is too soon today that I can tell you exactly what happened, that made that conflict, but there's an explanation to it, or there is that, I would say, misalignment. I would make a perfect sense to you as soon as I'm able to, and it is clear now to all of us that Ash is not going to come and tell you soon come in this or that. I'm not going to say that. Ash is going to come to you and is going to go tell you, take a look at this, go check this out. It's no secret. Okay? And I put my name on it, and I guarantee this will be the best thing that happened in the recent times. I know it was not easy. I know it was not quick. I know not everybody gets it, but soon you would. Okay? And I, all that matters is that I get it. I know how valuable it is, and it is well worth it. Even if it didn't happen, the first strike, second strike, all of that, that's fine. Okay, it's been done for the first time, but I assure you, okay, that it will make you proud. For those who are still believing or not, doubting at least the intention. That's pretty much what I wanted to say. That I am beyond confident, like super confident, that what is coming is the right thing that should have done before, but with God's work, miraculously, it will turn out much better than we could have imagined a while ago, because we're put to the test sometimes. And I hope that we passed and we did well, and I hope that it will touch your heart, what we went through, what we had to do as a fight to your advantage, to your benefit. Nothing, in reality, nothing goes back to us. You may think so, but you will see that it was, and I hope you're not thinking money, okay? Everything. If if this was for us, would have been an easier journey. Um, but we continue the fight, we continue the battle, because of you, if you believe. I I'm going to remind you something I said a while ago. If you look out there, I have to tell you, it is ugly. It is not that positive. It's not that promising. I heard Red is talking about that, and he constantly watches, the market activities. Uh, it is not that encouraging. We we will be the beacon of hope for humanity. And it's not the details, it's not what's done in a day or 2 days or in a short period, it's the overall. Okay, at the end of this, we're going to have something that we've never seen before. It is the way it should be, uh, all the times. So my recap to this message, to try to make it packaged in any language, um, you may not understand what's happening now, or you have missing information, or you have negative information at the moment. It's totally fine. We're crossing the swamp, we're crossing the mud, but soon we'll be on the other bank of this river or whatever it is. It is going to be much cleaner. It is going to be, uh, it will make perfect sense to you, okay? And you're going to be happy for that. That's all I can. For the sake of making this happen, I'm unable to tell you exactly what's happening now and what's been happening. Okay? So you just have to understand things didn't go to my satisfaction as Ash Mufareh, and then I had to be in charge of the direction, okay, and make some drastic changes, that we will put this not only on the right track as previously disclosed, but also sweeten the deal, as we always say, to kind of like compensate for uh, the mis communication that happened, or the whatever, the dissatisfaction that happened for some. Okay, uh, I am, as of today, I am confident, I am proud, I guarantee the outcome and the success of this, because I'm taking this in my hands. That's it. So I'm not depending on any other sources. I am telling you, I am responsible for this, and my name is here. I'm talking publicly. Uh, Speaking of that, I have decided I am going to be making more kind of like a what do you call those, like flash appearance, sudden appearance here and there. And I don't want to make that formal on the ONPASSIVE YouTube channel. I may have a new personal channel. I don't have as of now, don't subscribe to anything, but I will let you know, and I might put it in the back office. Okay, there would be a link. Just for this transition, I want to have a more effective and to the point, accurate, in real time communication. Okay, that would be the credible source for us. I don't have that yet, but I could either tap into some of the existing channels with either Chris, and bring my 3 subscribers. He got 3.5, I guess, including Bella, and uh, we either joint venture with somebody, or we'll make a fresh one. No worry. Just for the sake of communication, because videos are easier to communicate. I can type a lot, but I think it's better just to pop and talk directly from the heart with visual, if that's okay. Um, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Uh, if you thought we were doing okay, and for example, on passive is moving, but maybe not as quick as we wanted. Um, yeah. Well, right now is just going to be a lump sum. Okay. The accumulation of all that steam behind the door, it will erupt very soon. I assure you that. Let me put this also added. Um, the OConnect, let's make clarification. As of now, what we're using right now here is an awesome application. It's very close to where we want to take it to. But it will be even better than this, okay? So this is not the final cut. And this is still in the, you know, initial wave of subscribers, users, and we are testing some uh, payment processes. Not in any way we are implying to anybody to renew. Renewal is not available. I'm sorry. Renewal is not available, okay? So we might periodically throw a new processor here and there, okay, to uh, test and confirm some for the next phase, okay? For the next phase. These processors are only available for new accounts for the discounted price. If you didn't do it before, you should be able to do it, I don't know, in a small window that we're allowing that, but not gonna last, okay? And that this is not for those who already paid. So to put this in the most clear, direct way. Let me bring Mike Ellis to the way, or Scott Nelson, or those who said in ONPASSIVE, you're going to have to pay twice. Maybe they understood or they broke down my scattered thoughts and ideas to make it appear in ONPASSIVE, you pay twice as a founding member, and then the second time you pay for the product. This has been intact, and it didn't change, though it was not my exact words. So I'm going to repackage that so everybody can understand it as of today. All right. So those who thought they paid or they would pay twice, they're talking about the founding members, okay, early bird founding members who paid $97. The most recent one is about 2 years ago. Okay, that's when we stopped taking registration 2 years ago, June 22nd, I believe, 2022. All right, and some a couple of years before, so some people had paid that roughly 5 to 6 years, or the minimum 2 years to 6 years at most. Okay, so whether you paid 2 years ago or 6 years ago, $97. The minute you paid for OConnect, the first available paid product in the ecosystem, your $97 was credited back to you. So that eliminates the fact you paid twice. Plus, you took enormous value for 6 years, if you think about it. Okay, with all the time, with all the beta testing, with all the different uh, platform we've had. If I stick to the book, okay, it would be O Founders and Go Founders in December 2018. It was Christmas Eve when we opened the live website the first time. That was equivalent to the theory of initial ONPASSIVE as a digital marketing platform with some integration of the ability to market multiple uh, businesses or products. But when we decided to make our own platform, okay, and had recruited our own staff, we decided to go include phase 2 of ONPASSIVE, which is the entire ecosystem, have them, built in house, the different tools, all not integrated, and cover the internet. And now, because of what happened, and many reasons I will be able to clarify them soon, we're going to even include third phase of ONPASSIVE. If you think about that 5 years, or so total would be like 15 years. That was the initial thought. Start with a digital marketing platform, 5 years, another phase, another 5 years. It would be 10 to 15 years to get to the phase where we were, like this would be what would be coming and going to open in the coming times. I don't want to put the days or weeks or months. So time, okay, keep it open. But it's sooner than you think, okay? So I want to go back to that. If you paid, you got that credited to you. If you paid to activate the first special of OConnect, you made one sale, you got your money back. Technically, you never paid out of pocket. Okay, if you think about that. If you were a true uh, early bird adapter to the technology, using that, spreading the word about it, okay, if you think about that. And to be clear, we know that O Founders, previously Go Founders, was never compensated. But those who came in as customers were never O Founders members, okay? They just paid that again. But if they're affiliates, one sale, one payment pays that cost, whether you pay 240 or 143 or the $93, you know, depending on the time you came and the different discounts we've had. Okay, so if you see the testing appearing again in the coming days, is for those who never paid for OConnect. If you're a founding member, you still take that, you know, massive discount, and your $97 is already in your wallet, plus the registration fees, $10 here and there, OCoin, okay? They're all added, so you are in positive even before you pay a dime. Let's be realistic. Plus all the value you've taken, okay? And if you get a chance to catch this discount, this would be the last. You're not going to renew at this discount, nor the structure in terms of commissions and uh, you know, prices. So this is again a part of the initial launch, testing, going to the market as we go to the other things. Now there are different theories. I will not be able to cover them here on a quick notice, but in the coming sessions, like I said, maybe on that channel, I'll dive into more in the business model. Okay, that has been um, perfected to the way that it makes sense. Okay, um, to the structure. Let me just put one word here. It will be much easier for you to comprehend in terms of like individual companies, all of that. So we are sorting out the different packages, different prices, and of course, um, there would be an option to have one lump sum to buy all. Okay, I'll get into details in the relevant time, okay? But I think I just wanted to give you a clue at the moment. Okay, this would be super, super, super easy, like ABC, all right? And you will just pay uh, what you need, okay? You don't need to pay the rest. And there's a way for you to get everything in one payment. That's something I probably uh, should get credit for reminding you. You forgot. Like initially, we wanted to have one subscription, you get everything for that. Then it became, you know, so wide and spread broader concept. Again, we got off track. Now we're making it more concise, more perfect. And God be with you for those who would try to package my message today. Um, but but I have an excuse, okay? I still have medication. uh, and I didn't quit barbecue sauce, so you should, if there's an opportunity for you to pay for the first time to get this discounted rate for OConnect while it's available within the testing, it's always going to give you an advantage to be from the first people. Second, to be you know, to be grandfathered, you know, to bigger packages. So let me put that out as well, okay? But also, those who we're not allowing them to renew who paid, the reason is because there's commission still pending for those who paid. And I have said one clear message: nobody's going to pay again for OConnect, okay, until they get their entire commissions cleared out 100%. Who have been promised a few things before, they were not delivered, okay? I will be happy to send you a copy of my book, Failing to the Top. It's not a joke, it's a possibility, all right? So there were things that didn't go well, but we still going to the very top, okay? With no doubt. But obviously it's not easy. Now, don't tell me how do you fail incline to the top physically, all right? It's just a metaphor. for making mistakes or having some challenges until you make it to where you want to go. Okay, so is that clear? The people who paid are not required to pay. They will be having their commissions. Those who have commissions, not everybody, right? And once that clear perfectly, then you would have the possibility for renewal. It will be different prices, different packages, and different products. All right. That's why we're holding that. If you have a chance to be within that wave, if you see an option to subscribe, do it. Don't think it. Okay. Plus, the other thing is we're making some also significant changes to our hosting structure. We are shifting directions. I'm going to be very clear with you. AWS are taking our eyes out in the millions, okay? And it's becoming hectic when we're not making the sales yet, okay? Especially for More Connect and all that. So we're offering you different platforms, ecosystem, ONPASSIVE, different, links on websites as, ONPASSIVE.com, O-Founders, okay? And what happened? Did he get hit by light or something, by lightning?
His internet's been goofy. He'll be back.
Oh, I'll talk when he's back.
I'm back. I'm just going to refresh stuff.
Red, are you okay?
Yeah, we're good. My
Are you okay in the UK?
The UK is fine, but I was piggybacking my phone.
So I see that what is that, like a plaque, maybe we can call it, behind you?
Yeah, up here. This was
I have it there too.
Hey,
Aha, you see
Judy.
the love?
Yeah, man.
Indeed.
Actually brought us some really really good information today. And
Yeah, so go back. We're making also major updates to our infrastructure to be more efficient, so it can save us a buck. Okay, especially we're not taking income. Like I said, you have different components. You have the different products, whether it's O-Trim and O-Mail and this that. They're hosted, and you got the different links, and you got O-Founders. You got the ecosystem. Got a lot of things. So there might be a couple of hiccups normally, okay, in this transition, but it will be more stabilized soon. So I'm giving you heads up to that, all right? So again, I'll let you know probably in the back office which channel I'll be hanging on with and mingling there, and we'll keep you in the loop as the conditions permit, so you would have a very clear update constantly on what's happening. To sum it all, it's gonna rock your world. Like, I guarantee it is better than you think. It is gonna surprise you in terms of the time, the speed, but we're not coming back to tell you what's gonna happen. That's why you're not gonna have those updates. You're gonna know when it's done. All right? So if you believe, you're gonna be pleased and proud. I assure you that. So stay tuned. It's much faster than you think. And alarm, okay, or alert, if you get some turbulence, okay, because it's like a roller coaster shift, okay, you get a little rocked a little bit, okay, it's normal, all right, because it's a massive change, all right, it's a massive shift. So it's okay for some shake-up here and there. It's by design. But also, as these three gentlemen here say constantly, don't take any side information or get distracted. I'm going to tell you the credible channels. I'm going to tell you the credible sources, plus back office and Mufareh. Anything else it is just a waste of your time. And by the way, if somebody is telling you or criticizing you or that you're being an on-passive, first of all, you're not paying any money. All right. If you paid, I explained to you, you got credited. Okay. Plus the value. So you got over delivery. And if you, one of those who got, we cannot say nobody got commissions. It's a fact. Okay. There's a number, smaller number, to be honest. Okay. That got paid as we were able to, especially in crypto. That was clear. Okay. Now, so those who got paid also, no way you can say they're out of pocket in any way. And we will be talking on those new channels, or one channel at least, okay, like how did ONPASSIVE changed us, at least culturally, hope, ethically, health-wise. Okay, Red is back to the gym. He's ripped now, okay. Chris quit his barbecue sauce. Mr.
And
DeGarmo,
smoking.
he's chugging olive oil every day, like no tomorrow. Okay, and so everybody, have you seen John White, the black guy? He's white, but and it's amazing. All of us, we're more health conscious. We're kind of inspiring each other. So there is a super good positive impact. Not needless to say, the hope and the positivity and doing things in a cleaner way, ethically. There's already dramatic change if you've been engaged positively. But if you chose to be on the other side, to criticize and whine and grump and all of that, guess what? Nobody knows who you are, and you're not given a solution or any plan to do that. You're just vomiting and barking, and you're going to die lonely. Perhaps, if you think about the overall, not people didn't lose money, we're not charging them, so how could this be in any way harmful? We're given all that value, and did you know that we're still in business? How many companies that are not good companies would stay in business for 6 years or not have their wallets open and like sucking your money day and night? This is the stupidest business model, and don't tell anybody, okay? Because even my little babies, like they would refuse that. I'll tell you a story one day when we have a chat on Ominu and Ron. Maybe we'll have a good chat Friday night or something. But we still don't have a good name for that show, so it's confusing. Yeah, it would make sense to me that everybody will pick up a day and it will be the same link constantly.
Hand over your iPad. I was doing a while.
Marty, mute.
Marty, you can hear your whole house. Hey, Red, you just made the entire deaf community. Judy Young just sent me a message, and they're going crazy that you got that sign. And that,
Yeah, but
I told Megan the pumpkin he has also.
Yeah.
She said, save it for Halloween, Ash. Save it for Halloween.
So I put it at the top. My wife keep putting it down. I said, why are you putting it down? I wanted to show it on the video. Okay. She said, it's not Halloween, idiot. Okay. It's not Halloween. You put it, okay. Still June. Did that
it could be
surprise
like the DeGarmo household and just keep the Christmas tree up. You could just keep the pumpkin out.
you? Yeah. Well, bite me again. So we can do whatever we like. We can celebrate Christmas in July. Speaking of July, because next week will be 4th of July. It's a very good day here in America. And tomorrow we have a circus show for free. Anybody can join on CNN. All right, let me back up. So that's all I wanted to share with you. Thank you for allowing me to come here for a little bit. But guys, you're going to be happy, all right? Or I will not be here, meaning I will die. I will do it or die.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you very
thanks,
much,
Ash.
Ash. Really.
Thanks, Ash.
Get some rest, but I know you're not
Yeah,
going to.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that all day. You sound like me.
So I'm sorry, Red, you were going to conclude this, but I just want to make sure I get everything off my chest and the little tips in my head. Now I can breathe and function better. So back
No,
to
you've
you,
done a
Red, I
great job.
guess.
No, it wasn't me who was going to close it out. It's always Marty anyway. But thank you so much for coming on. You've really brought an awful lot of information that we have to sift through to make into little bite sizes for redelivery. But all I know is we've been saying it ourselves, all three of us here, for a very long time, and especially over the last 3 weeks. We never know what's going on in the background. But one thing we always know is that you have our backs. And that is the most important thing, is that everything that you do for us. Because it would have been a lot easier, wouldn't it, without us? Let's face it. So we are very appreciative for everything you do, Ash. That's for sure. Can't wait to see how it all pans out in the future. And that is going to be amazing. Over to you.
Remember, if you're in it, you win it. Okay, but you have to be in it with heart now. Like, okay, and it's okay for us to change direction, okay, or to modify the details, as long as you stay the course and you stay, you know, the principles that you want to achieve, and it doesn't matter how you get there, but we want to get there. And sometimes the road you plan, okay, pay attention to this, you plan is not necessarily the best way. So you go there and it doesn't work for a reason, okay? So when you shift direction or improve or whatever, adjust the direction, okay, it is more likely for a better way. But we are getting there. The lane we follow, irrelevant, because we're gonna cross that path anyway. All right, I see you next time. I don't know, maybe tomorrow or so. Whenever we set up that channel, I'll put it in the back office. Make sure you want to subscribe to it, okay? Again, if Chris will take me in, that would be a good channel. Gersminder would be a good one because he's a superstar. One of those popular people.
All right. Thank you, Ash, for coming.
Yeah, cheers,
Take
Ash.
care of yourself, please. And yep, we're here. We're here. We're in
How
it
did I
tonight.
sound?
Yeah, not bad.
Okay.
Don't you got a little bit of
Voice okay? Yeah. Yeah,
a
that's
little bit
not
of
bad.
a nasal.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, that ear was out to here. It looks like it's back to your head again. So that's good.
Yeah. Don't make me laugh. Okay, I'm gonna choke.
That makes you choke. Yeah, it does. I don't know.
All right. I truly appreciate you and I love you. Take care. We will be talking soon.
Likewise. Likewise, Ash.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Cheers, man.
Bye-bye.
Woo! Woo!
Bye-bye.
There you go, folks. Anyone that's got that Ash Mufareh phobia, there he was. You can go back to
All right,
relax.
go back down. Calm back down. Anyway, see everybody. Like he said, he could pop in anytime. Thanks, guys. I'll see you all. I'll put this on YouTube as soon as it's done.
Yeah.
How long did we run? About an hour and a half.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll ring you afterwards.
Okay.
Bye.